The thing, when borrower applies online, we're going to be able to go to Loan Apps, Bar Application, and we can see the application that the borrower completed. Okay. For
Okay.
each submission, the MLOs is going to have, they're going to do their application as well. And on here, it's just, they put in the information, and the most important is that they also complete this fee sheet. This fee sheet is going to show us how much they're going to charge, and we need it for our submission when we send out the initial disclosures, as well as the prospect applicant. After it's been reviewed, it gets transferred to a prospect applicant. Once it's submitted, it gets transferred to our pipeline. So this pipeline is all the files that are currently active, and we're working on getting them to the funding stage. So once it's funded, it gets transferred over to the funded tab. If something is canceled, it'll be transferred over to the inactive tab. File has it's all the different status information. So it'll have the basic information that we need, as well as certain dates that we require to, as the file is proceeding, for us to update. So for example, once it's locked, we need to update these lock dates. If the appraisal has been ordered as well, we would update these dates here. So this one, it has not been submitted yet. So what else? It's just, they did add this lender investor page that is still, I think it's still being worked on, but we are able to see what different lenders, the programs and the different channels, and the contact information. So if an LO has any questions on a specific program, they can come here they can type in, let's see, bank statement, and it'll show all the ones that come up with bank statements, right?
Yeah.
And then they can contact the AE directly if they have any questions. Or you can search it through, if you go the same lender investor, if you go to the lender program, if you click on it, it should tell you which lenders, but I guess this isn't completed yet.
Okay.
So I know they mentioned that you're going to be doing the onboarding training with new hires, right? So for the
Yeah.
MLOs, we do have this onboarding checklist, first day checklist, right? So you would
Oh
send it.
yeah. I wasn't able to see that checklist for MLO. What I said to that one, I guess it was Yuna, um, the checklist of the processor, because I wasn't able to see the MLO board. But yeah, I know now. Peter told me so.
So, and then it has different, they have to complete this checklist, right?
Yeah.
And then there's, it has the different steps of like what the workflow should look like as a loan officer. As well, you need to send it over to them. As I mentioned with our ERP, they do have to complete the broker submission. So they would go to this MLO broker loan submit, and they would just complete this information for us to be notified that there's a new file for them as a processor, just for the processor to start working on the file. So they would just go to the loan submit, input all the information. If it's marked off as red, it means it needs to be completed before they actually can finish it. If you scroll down, is where the fee sections is. So as the LO, they need to complete this section A. Once it's completed, you would just hit save, and then under the MLO broker submission is where the file would show up, right? So one, they completed it. If we look at the fee worksheet, this one did not complete it. So we would need to verify with them to complete this for the fee worksheet for this. Do you have any questions so far? No? So we do have this training here on how to submit the broker loan submit. It is part of the onboarding. If you go to step-by-step training videos, it's this first one. We also have this one for running pricing. So as a LO, they have access to the loan sifter, or also known as
Yeah.
Optimal Blue. And then this has the steps of how to register and price out. So you would also, this doesn't show how to register, but when you log in, make sure it's this email, the hello@GivingTreeLending. It's going to ask for multi-factor. Make sure you let them know to always click on email. You're going to hit continue, and you're going to email me. So now you're going to set up the lookup for the email, and then the new code is going to be sent to that email. I think there's sorry, wrong one. There's a PDF form of this and like all the logins. So I'll forward that to you, so that way you can forward that to the loan officer that is trying to set up. And so you can just send them this link on Notion of how to run the different pricing. So for example, if we're going to run a pricing on a full doc, it'll be for first lien. We'll just make sure we'll leave all this as is, but you would update. Let's say if it wasn't purchased, it was a refinance.
Oh yeah, I think Peter showed me this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this
So
the
you
one
would
that
just,
we would be able to know? Yeah, which company,
yeah,
partner that we
where we
have?
can submit it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's say we updated everything accordingly. We're going to hit submit. And then, so in this case, the scenario that we're working on, it's showing us that Rocket is giving us the
Yeah.
5.99 with a 0.15 rebate. So as a loan officer, they're going to be able to review what rates is going to give them a rebate. So let's say in this case, 6.625 would give them a 1.2 rebate. So when they send the submission, they'll let us know, please submit it with Rocket at 6.625. This second one on here, it shows them how to run the same scenario, but as a non-QM. Not sure if you've already been told. I know I haven't, but we have different loans. So we have our full doc or our QM loans, and then we have our non-QM loans. Our non-QM loans are going to consist of our bank statement loans, DSCR loans, P&L loans, or VOE loans. So the process to run and get these pricing, it is slightly different. On the non-QM, let's modify search. Instead of the loan type being conventional, it's going to be expanded guidelines. That's going to be for our non-QM. Now we're just going to run it, and we have to select what type of income. So for example, a bank statement loan. Okay, so this one's giving us this lender here. And MSI at 6.625 would be par rate, so no cost and no rebate. Let me go back to this. And then there's also different academy trainings, that videos that they would register
Yeah,
to see. And I think you've already been going over these videos as well yourself, right?
yeah,
Any questions so far on this?
none. Thank you.